It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Every time I went on a girls trip and I found out my ex that I was with for a year was on his honeymoon. So me and my homegirls ended up going on a girls trip, and I was in a relationship with this dude for about a year, right? And we had met out or whatever. Just I was at dinner, he approached me or whatever. We was at the bar and we were talking or whatever, and he had ended up getting my number, and we had just exchanged numbers like that or whatever, right? So we had ended up, like, once we locked in, ain't no switching up. I love you, like, it's serious or whatever. So I go on a girls trip with my homegirls and we go to Mexico. Communicating, like, we not talking like that because I'm in a different country, right? We're on different, like, so we're not communicating like that. Like, I'm having fun, like, just FaceTimes in the morning, just our regular shit. The third day, I don't talk to him. Then whatever, I'm not tripping. He'll text me, he's probably in a work meeting, but I'm not thinking nothing of it. But we getting up in the morning, we going on excursions, we book it through the hotel, but they're coming to pick us up. So, you know, on some excursions, they go to different hotels. So we're like the last hotel stop for them to pick up, y'all. While I walk on the bus, and when I walk on the bus, I see, like, it's this lady, she's sitting up, she's real pretty, she got curly hair, but, like, her dude is laying in her lap or whatever, I guess hungover from the night before, and this is what I'm overhearing. But he's asleep, so I'm just overhearing the story, but I'm in the back, like, I'm a couple rows back, me and my homegirls. Not thinking nothing of it. We drive, like, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to our excursion, and, like, we get to the excursion, y'all, guess who the fuck sits up? Jason. See me, mind y'all, I'm rows behind, so I say Jason, and he turned around and he just look at me. So now he hurry up and he gets off of the bus. So now as he's getting off the bus, my cousin's like, what the you about to do? What the he doing here? Who is that bitch? I'm hearing all these things, mind y'all. I'm processing because, right, who the fuck is this bitch? So when we get off the bus, but mind y'all, we are in Mexico. We are not about to go to Mexican jail. That's what we're not about to do. So before we get off the bus, because they're off the bus already, by the time we get off of the bus, I don't know what kind of Spider-Man he did with him and this bitch, but they're already, like, nowhere to be found. So I'm telling my cousins, I'm like, y'all, because you know we gonna ride at dawn. Y'all, we are not going to Mexican jail. The girl still don't know what's going on. I'm in rage at this point because now I got so many questions. So, because was I not talking to you yesterday because your bitch ass was on the flight? Was you on your flight on your way here? Have you been here? So the excursion was broken up into two parts. You could go zip lining or you can go ATVing and zip lining. We go ATVing and we ATVing and we can't even focus. Everybody's pissed off because this nigga got chewed up, and in the midst of having you, he got us up. Mood ruined. Everybody got an attitude. Everybody mad. I'm pissed off. I done cried a little bit, but I had to get my tears out because when I get back to this zip lining, in my mind, like, I'm calming myself down because I'm not going to Mexican jail. I refuse. I'm not getting put on the no-fly list. So I already knew I couldn't trip now because I'm going to go to jail. And if I just so happen to run into him in the airport, I couldn't trip there because I'm not going on the no-fly list. I got places to go and people to see and things to do. You feel me? So when we get back, we getting back and we pulling up to the zip line thing. And so they end up taking a truck to wherever the zip line is, but we rode our ATVs there. So when we getting off the ATVs, I guess they had told the hotel that they had to go because he was sick coincidentally. So mind y'all, we disappeared. He knows I'm here. This bitch still don't know who I am. She thinks that she's living in bliss. And I would hate to be the bitch to ruin someone's honeymoon because you couldn't have known, especially if you just walk down the aisle with this man. They're standing there and we pulling up. We riding and they're like standing. So we get off our ATVs, and then before they could get in the truck, they like standing there just talking face to face like this. And I chuck a water bottle. Like, I just throw the water bottle and it like missed, but it went right between them. And then they look. So by that time I'm looking because I want you to say something. And he just like, just get in the car, just get in the car. She's like, what the fuck? And he like, just get in the car, just get in the car. They probably drunk. We on vacation. We don't got time for this. So I'm standing there and I'm like, you don't got time for this. You're not going to tell her we've been in a relationship for a year? Is that a ring on your finger? Because at this point, I don't know they're married. Is that a ring on your finger? But by this time, by the time he's saying is she's getting in the van, so they start arguing and the van pull off. This is how I found out what resort they were at. So I'm the only one up. They went to sleep after we got on the bus, so like they're not hearing what everybody's talking about. And we had met these other dudes and they stayed at another resort too, at the same resort they were staying at too. But when we get back to the resort, they're like, oh, what we doing? I'm like, well, they're talking about this pool party. They don't know it's the resort that this nigga is at, my dude is at. They don't know. They're going in blindsided. I'm ambushing them. I don't need nobody trying to stop me on no. I am on bullshit. I may see him come because I don't want to go to jail in Mexico. At the same time, in my mind, I'm trying to rationalize, like, is Mexico jail even that bad? Now I have service. He was already back at the room because he went back sick. So, my phone, he was blowing my phone up. Destiny, please don't do this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's not what you think it is. How the fuck is you being married? Not what I think it is. I think you married and I don't fuck with married men. I think you married and you've been tricking me. Like, ain't no way I'm out here getting tricked like this. I'm so sorry, you don't understand. Let me explain. All you seen was a ring and you start flipping and crashing out, and even though it was a low-key crash out, I already know you. What you about to do? Don't ruin our night. This is supposed to be her honeymoon. It's giving very much Tasha. I was the love of my life. Oh. And all I wrote back and said was, I'll see you later. That's all I said, and I blocked him. And we go to the hotel. My cousin still don't know. He still don't know that I know what hotel they at, but I guess he got inkling, and I guess they wasn't vibing. This is just my speculation, because I do not know, because they never came downstairs. I could tell you that. I could tell you why it wasn't a sign of them. That's unfortunate on your honeymoon. So we at the airport leaving, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm walking, and all I feel is somebody grab my arm, and he like, Destiny, please let me talk to you. What? So he grabs my arm, and I'm like, get the fuck off of me. Let me go. And he like, let me explain. I'm like, so now let me ask a couple of questions. If you knew I was coming to Mexico, why the fuck would you come to Mexico? And he goes, her parents gifted us this and they already had our bags packed, and this is where they sent us. I knew that you were coming out here, but I didn't know exactly where you were going, because I never told him if we finalized on Cabo, if we finalized on Tulum. He just knew I was going to Mexico, and he just knew where I was going. But like, it never came up where I was going. I was just talking about Mexico. Like, you know, like, dudes be there, but they don't really be there. So I wasn't going to get all my questions answered there, because I'm so fucking mad. So as he's explaining to me all these things, like, tears just running down my face. But I'm like, you know what? Because, like, I can't believe you at the end of the fucking day. Like, you're married, and that's all I keep saying is, like, you're married. Like, he's still explaining, you're married. Like, are you married? He's still not trying to tell me, like, that he married. He's still not telling me this. But, like, I'm looking at his finger. Like, I grab his wrist, and I'm like, you have a ring on your finger. Like, Jason, like, you're married, and you sitting in my face trying to manipulate me and gaslight me into thinking it's something that it's not. And if it wasn't for going on the no-fly list, if it wasn't for being in the middle of this airport, how'd you even see me? He was like, I seen you coming in, because they flew a different airline. I'm flying on Delta, and they're on JetBlue. So he seen me walking in, and then he like stalked me. Stalker, where's your wife? Where's your wife? Now I'm yelling, like, where's your wife? So now that I'm yelling, he like Destiny, and I'm like, you might want to get out of my face, because it's going to go left. And I don't have time for this. I will see you when we land back home. Maybe. Mind y'all, he's still blocked. So we depart in the terminals. And then I get on the flight, and a week later, there's a knock on my door. So boom, I go to the door. I look out the peephole. It's about 8:30. I look out the peephole, I can't see nothing, so I know it's him because he always covers the peephole when he comes over, right? You walk up and down this street all day playing. You think he playing about his money? Cause why are you playing in my face with your finger over this peephole? It's been a week. And the reason why it's been a week is because he's been emailing me. He's been writing me on social media. And I have been ignoring the f*** out of him. He had to wait a week. Because when I got back from vacation is the week I have my kids. So now you have to wait a week. You're blocked though, right? So when I open the door, I open it and it's him standing there with some flowers. And he's like, Destiny, I'm sorry. And I slam the door in his face because you think it's going to be that motherfucking easy? Now I'm going to open this door again because I'm nosy. I'm never going to be the type of bitch that be like, I just blocked him and that was the end. Oh no, I have questions and I need answers. So I open the door back up and this man is in full blown tears. What the are you crying for, Jason? I'm all out of tears. I'm not crying no more. So now you're just going to get the bitch in me because. And did you come over here with your wedding ring on? So now we're standing at the door and I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, where's your wife? It is 8:30 p.m. Why the f do you have flowers? And is she aware that you're standing at my door right now? And he's like, don't worry about her. Jason, you're already off to a bad start. I'm worried about this marriage. How long? So now we going back and forth because don't tell me not to worry about no motherfucker. And how long were y'all engaged? He goes, I met you 2 years into our engagement. So they were engaged for 4 years because they couldn't get it together, I'm guessing. I had already had a week to prepare not putting my hands on anybody. But I was absolutely prepared to snatch someone's lips off their face. So now I'm like, just step in because I am not about to be the apartment drama. You're not about to get me. So he steps in, I close the door. He's not there for long because what the f do you have to say? So he's apologizing to me. He's trying to let me know. So I'm like, how long have you known her? He's like, this is my high school sweetheart. Bitch. He was my sneaky link this whole year. Like, the week that I had my kids is the week that he got married, that weekend. And then he was on his honeymoon in Mexico the week that I didn't have my kids. So he explaining all this to me, and I'm just looking at him because, like, you were really strategic with this. You're sick. Mind y'all, our anniversary was a month before this, our 1 year anniversary, right? Like, we have been dealing with each other for a year, and we said I loved you for the first time a month ago. A month before your wedding, you told me I loved you, is what I'm telling him. He's like, have you ever been in love with two people? And I just had to, I snatched his, like, I had to, like, just grab his lips because, please shut the fuck up. And I'm like, Jason, I need you to go. Because now you're just saying any and everything because you're spiraling. And if you don't, I don't want to really put my hands on you because I've moved past that in my life. Like, I moved past it, but I will turn back around. And now I'm crying again because now it's just like, this is too much. Like, I thought I could handle this conversation. I don't know why the fuck I thought that after a week, but I thought I could handle this conversation. But now I'm just crying and I'm irritated because, bitch, what are you crying for? So now he's leaving, and as he's walking out the door, like, I just hold the door open. Like, I start crying, I just hold the door open because make your exit, please. Like, I already snatched your lips off your face. Just go. So he turned around and he's like, Destiny, I'm sorry, and I know you probably don't ever want to talk to me again, but I just hope we could leave this here and just move on and, you know, forgive. And I know you never gonna forget. She has forgiven me, and I have explained to her, like, what was going on, and I told her my side. So I just want to leave it at that. Like, sir, you can go to hell, but I pray that your wife finds peace, like, in whatever you told her. So I'm under the impression that she knows and they're on the same page and they're good and they're living in bliss, living their life and all these other things. So, like, I'm not gonna come to her as no woman because I'm gonna just take my L and keep pushing. Like, it's okay. Like, you got me fucked up. I fucked with you. Like, I loved you, yeah. But I'm gonna just take my L and keep going. Like, I was sad, trying to move on. So, like, a week later, I get a message. So like a week has went by. I have not talked to nobody. It's been radio silence. So I get a text, and it's like, maybe, you know how your iPhone say like maybe so and so. So it's like maybe Heather, and I'm like, Heather. Open it. I send it to the group chat, and I'm like, here we go. So I'm like, all right, let's talk. You want to talk on the phone or you want to meet in person? And she's like, can you meet me for lunch at 12 on Saturday? And I'm like, yeah, I'll see you there. Commercial break. I don't know why y'all be acting like I don't live life. I tell y'all all the time. I just went to the gym, get up, big back. I'm about to go clean up, take a shower, eat me a bowl of Apple Jacks, and then I will be back with part 7. 12 o'clock on Saturday already happened, so. Get there first. Because naturally, I'm not about to walk into no situation by myself without backup. So my cousins come with me. Duh. Guess that was my sneaky link, but at the end of the day, like, that was my man. He was sneaky to the world. I wasn't hiding him from the world. I was hiding the world from him. She comes, she sits down, and she introduces herself. She's like, hi, my name is Heather, and I remember you in Mexico, and I'm just trying to figure out what happened. Talking to him, he told me that you guys met at a bar when he went out, when me and him were on a break. And it turned into something that he didn't expect. He told me that he'd been trying to break it off with you, but you would not allow him to. And that's why he told me in Mexico that you were delusional and you were crazy. He told me in Mexico that I was what? Your husband's a clown. We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary, and he was helping me pay all my bills. I didn't know anything about you. He never told me that he was on a break from anybody. Crazy. He just was moving single. But he is correct. It started off something that wasn't serious, because for the both of us, like, it was something light and fun. Like, it was never meant to be that serious. But for him to call me delusional is insane, because Mama never gave delusion. This lady's like 10 years our senior. So now I'm like, let me understand something. You guys were on your honeymoon, correct? Because I still have not gotten all the answers from him that I need. We barely had any conversation because he's been blocked. So I'm like, you guys are on your honeymoon, correct? She's like, yeah. So I'm like, how long have you guys been together? She's like, well, we've been together for 10 years.
Damn.
For 10 years. Things were getting a little rocky because he had a baby on her. So she decided to put a stop.
Oh, he a serial cheater.
To the wedding.
Cheater.
So you knew Jason wasn't shit. So naturally, I'm like, hold on, because we can't just slide past this man having a baby. He has a baby because I'm under the impression that this man don't have any kids, right? So now, in the midst of me trying to get answers for myself, I'm all in their business because she got all the tea. Like, I had a baby on you and you still decided to marry him, but that's not my business. The baby is 1.5. Because 2 + 2 is 4. And 5 + 5 is 10. What the fuck is this? That means you started dating me when your baby was barely 6 months old and you were engaged already? So you're just... So I'm like, so he's just a serial cheater? She's like, yes. Like, I met him when he was 18 years old and I was 28. So you knew what you was doing when you was dating the fuck. So it comes out that there's more than just me. She ended up going through his phone, going through his text messages. He was still dealing with his baby mama. Like 2 other girls he was sending money to. She got their number and put it in her Cashapp and found out that those was 2 other girls. She found out about me. She was like, has he ever met your kids? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, how you even know I got kids? And she was like, I just started looking everybody up on Facebook. Like, I'm not here to cause no issues, like, but I'm a newlywed finding this information out, and I'm just looking at her because I couldn't imagine being a newlywed and not being under the jail. My cousins are sitting in the booth, like, right next to us. Like, so the way I'm sitting, I'm looking at my cousins, and her back is towards my cousins. So they can hear everything she's saying and I'm saying. So now, group chat going up. So then she's like, have you talked to him since you guys have been back? And I'm like, he did come to my house, and he's still, right now to this day, emailing me. She was like, he doesn't know that I know all these things. He doesn't know I went through his phone. He doesn't even know that I'm here right now talking to you. He thinks that I went out with some friends for lunch. Like, y'all got too many secrets going on for me in this marriage. So she's still asking me questions, and it just comes like we finally like are wrapping up, and I'm just telling her, like, you know, you don't have to worry about me. Like, I'm not gonna mess with your husband. Like, that's your husband. At the end of the day, like, he does want to have a conversation with me, and I was not in the space to have one, and I don't know if I'm going to have one. And the whole time in my head knowing, oh, I'm about to have a conversation because now I got all this ammo. She's like, I just don't. He does not know that I know all these things. Like, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have even came over here and acted like we was friends for real, because you're still really my op, my enemigo. Like, at the end of the day, that was still our nigga for a whole year. So, like, I'm you know, like, but I'm gonna listen because I'm nosy. I go to the bathroom or whatever because we about to leave, and when I'm coming out, the bathroom is like on the other side of the restaurant. All I hear is, I thought I told you to leave this alone. Heather, you didn't turn your location off and Jason found you? So now I'm walking out and I'm like, you real loud for somebody who got some explaining to do, because now I'm coming up from behind him. And I'm like, I would rip your lips off your face again, but now since your wife's standing right here, that's her job. And if she gonna let you disrespect her, that's fine. But you already know the get down when it comes to me over here. And he like, man, doesn't he? And you got your cousins here? Yes. Are you ready to have this conversation, Jason? Like, are you ready to admit in front of your wife that you married? So are you married or are you not married? Are you using this girl or are you not, Jason? So now he looking at me and he like, yes, this is my wife, Destiny. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you was never gonna tell me? Like, what's wrong with you? She telling me you got a baby. She telling me it's other bitches. She telling me all these things. She telling me y'all been together for 10 years. Before he even could answer, she was like, what the fuck mean claiming me? And after she said that, she just went silent. Like, if I was him, I would have gave that bitch 50 feet. So the way I'm positioned, I'm not really worried because I'm not even on nothing with her, but we can absolutely fucking jump him. So I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable having no conversation with you in front of your wife. Because look at your hand. You see that ring? You have a wife, Jason. Like, are you not understanding this? This lady standing right here, ma'am, that's your wife. So I'm telling him, like, yeah, that baby that you was still begging me to keep 2 weeks ago via email, I sent it back to God. Because you're on bullshit. Like, why would I keep your baby and you're
That's
married?
wild.
You are a married man asking me to keep your baby.
2 babies on his
wife. We could co-parent. Boy, fuck you. And I'm so sorry, Heather, I'm so sorry you got to hear all this, but time I could even, like, apologize to her. Like, she had already just swung her purse and hit him upside his head. We just slapped him. And, like, the slap was so loud, we all just got quiet and just looked. And then she walked out, and I just looked at him, and, like, he just shook his head, and he walked out the door behind her. Like, so after he walked out, like, that was the end of me and him, because I don't have nothing else to say. Like, you were blocked. I have no ties to you. Good riddance. You fucking peasant. So I didn't talk to him anymore after that day, because, like, I said everything I had to say. I heard everything I had to hear. Like, that's just, I'm not going to catch a case, because that's exactly what will happen. Like, you keep playing in my face, I'm going to catch a case. But I had seen that, like, they were supposed to be getting a divorce because he was still from his baby mama. At least that's what her Facebook status said. Like, even though, like, you know that this man's, Jason, you're a dog. You're dirty. You're dirty. 3 months later, like, I come home and there's, like, a edible arrangements bouquet with, like, a letter taped to it. And on the front it says, I'm so sorry, Jason. And all I can think is, like, I'm so sorry, Jason. He must have went to see the lady. Walking up, I'm like, who the fuck is this from? So when I walk up and I finally see the letter, I'm like, do this man wife know he's still sending bitches shit? Like, what is wrong with this man? This is what I'm thinking, right? So then I get the edible arrangements and I get the things and I go in the house because I'm gonna eat the fruit. Y'all, this was $100 bouquet. He got me the blossoming daisies with the strawberries and the pineapples. And he had half of them dipped in chocolate. the large bouquet. Oh, I was gonna eat that. Like, what the does he actually have to say to me after I basically ruined your honeymoon, like, from what you've been saying in all these emails. Like, how the fuck ruin your honeymoon? How the fuck? Why was you even on a honeymoon? Like, mind you, the emails had stopped because, like, I guess that once his wife found out that he was emailing me, she put a stop to that, which is why now I'm guessing 3 months later he decided to do this. I'm thinking he went and seen the lady, he on an apology tour, like, he knows how raggedy he is. This is what I'm thinking. So the card on the edible arrangement said, I'm so sorry, I know I hurt you, I didn't mean to hurt you, please unblock me. A mental patient. He's a mental patient. So why the are you sending me anything? And you're married. Like, that's still the first thought. Where's your wife? That thought has never left my mind since I seen that ring on his finger. Where the is your wife? Y'all open this letter, and this letter say, I know you don't fool me, and I know I've said sorry a million times, and sorry cannot be enough. But I really need you to unblock my phone. I need to tell you something. I cannot move on knowing that I hurt you and that I don't have closure in this situation. Like, people are literally sick and insane.
I need closure.
So, thank you for the edible arrangements. He will never get a thank you out of me. As you should, or as you shouldn't, because you have a wife. And 6 months later, you really could have kept that. So I'm telling my cousins, like, y'all think I should unblock him just to, like, see what the fuck I got to say for himself? Like, because, like, at the end of the day, I'm too nosy for my own good. So I unblocked him. And I should have left his ass blocked.
Says you have a wife. If you forgot, I'm just here to remind you, what could you possibly have to say? Lucky for you, I'm nosy, and listening to lies is one of my favorite pastimes. He says, we could talk about my wife, and I was wrong for that, but what I felt for you was never a part of the lie. She sends a song of Drake, Underground Kings, Tell Me Lies, Make It Sound Good, Make It Sound Good. He says, let me take you out so we can talk about it. I miss you, mama. Man, stop that stuff. You know we better than that. And she says, you have a wife. He says, I was trying to make you my wife. I just needed more time. She says, go to hell. He says, man, my life is crazy for real, but all the other stuff stopped mattering when me and you was locked in. She said, it's been 3 whole months. He says, but I ain't heartless, so I didn't want to just leave her. We got a lot of time under us. And she says, and again, I ask you, where is your wife? He says, I had to get my stuff together before I could come correct again. I knew that. She laughs at it. She says, you was too young and she was too old. He said, those 3 months I was missing you, man. Exactly. I was young and she knew that. But with you, I was on my stuff and you brought out the best in me. She says, hell really is in your future. He said, mama, can I come pick you up tonight so we can talk like we used to? Remember how good we was together? Don't throw that away. She said, for any further communication, please submit the application title, I'm a Clown, which requires a fee of $2,000. All applications will be reviewed once funds received. Denied. He said she felt something was different. This is crazy. She felt something was different between me and her a year ago when me and you started talking. Of course, you cheating. He says, Dad, stop playing with me, man. You acting like you never even cared about me. She says, I stopped caring when I tried to take your head off with that bottle of water. This is insane. Man, Jason Audacity Williams. Man. Jason. I'm assuming he didn't send the funds. Oh, that is too funny. That is too funny. It beat them Jasons, boy. Anyway, I would have ate the edible arrangements too, but it was so much going on in this story. Shout out to Destiny on TikTok. She got these wonderful stories. We had to bring her back for another one. What it do, everyday people? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy Lucky Wills, Deals, and keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section, okay, man? Make sure y'all hit that link. We got Opulence Scents, and we also have HiveMindLabs.com. Okay, get your super fat burners. Unbig that back now. Why was she pregnant? And she said, I had to send that baby back to God. And she said, I would have loved my baby. That's super wild. Okay? She was whole ass pregnant. Find out in Mexico. Well, she probably found out before Mexico. Sees him in Mexico. Now imagine that. She just sitting on the bus and he pop his head up. He don't even look back and even know what's going on. She look at her phone and this nigga just... Yeah. I could just imagine that water bottle she threw that split right between them when they was in Mexico. Like, I know the wife was like, okay, this chick is crazy. Who is this calling your name? Something's up, Jason. Something's up. Something tells me his girlfriend was of a different ethnicity. Or maybe she was a bit bigger. Whatever the case may be, she was 10 years older than him and infatuated with him and let him have not one but two babies on her and had a whole relationship for a year with this woman. So you know he was definitely creeping. He definitely wasn't staying in the house. He was doing whatever he could and she allowed it. See, so I blame the wife for all this because she put up with it. That's why I say she might have been from either a different ethnicity or a little on the bigger side. So wife, hit me up for the super fat burns. But because ain't nobody that desperate. Ain't nobody that desperate where you 28 and you find an 18-year-old. He cheats on you multiple times, has a baby, got another girl pregnant, runs into his girlfriend in Mexico, and you still want to be with him? You still in a relationship with him? He's still married to that woman? I don't know what he could have said to make her I think the parents that paid for the trip to Mexico, they was probably just happy to see their daughter get married. Because she don't seem like the type that would want to get married. And that's what I'm starting to get from a lot of this stuff about the wife. It's not, Jason's a dirtbag, of course. Jason is a dirtbag. But the wife put up with the mess. So I got lots of questions about this wife. It's just too many questions I won't answer. And I don't think I'm going to get them today. But Destiny, please show us a pic of the wife, because 28 and 18, that's a wild distance. You know what I'm saying? And men are typically more immature. So at 18, yeah, I don't know how a person could be. And yeah, shout out to her for giving commercial breaks. She is a good content creator, but she be on her stuff. And people on TikTok, give me part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. They just be on it. So we hope this story finds its way to the For You page and we can get Heather's side of the story. We definitely need Heather's side of the story because this is too much. And then the fact that Destiny kept entertaining this fool is also wild. So I thought she was gonna say she had sex with him again, and I bet she did, but I know she was just like, let me get this last one out the way. Because why are you inviting him in, ma'am? He has a whole wife, like you said. Where's your wife? Okay? This is crazy. Anyway, everyday people, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.